Oh, but got the wrong decision. Gambia. Leta mgela fakare jano nyamoloto la andile jali. Baromela kwele boko Gabuza yo wetsameka fela motasa diata tsaka.
Not too good this time though. Recovers possession. Lovely ball back in. Opportunity is wide. Tulani Serrero tucked back into a pocket and looking uncomfortable. South Africa again, little space opening up here into the area, a little overrun, free opportunity and easily stroked home. South Africa have the early strike through Gabuza.
Arbone Kolejano Nyetswa Kapeka Gabuza. Obri Gabuza. Wetsala motoko matsile nyaka Keagan. Dolly Gabuza! Vilagazi. Narwets by Tela matsile nyaka Dolly! And then Dolly goal!
Wonderful contribution late on in extra time. Long range and another sensational strike. Keagan Dolly has his brace.
And now for more on Bafana Bafana's chances, we're now joined right here in the studio by the man who knows all about the beautiful game. I'm talking about here Mike Sporo Mangena. Mike, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Some are saying, well, a nice win, a convincing win, but too little, too late. What are the chances of Bafana Bafana qualifying for the next round?
Thank you for inviting me. You know, it's a good win. We're all excited about the win. You know, if it had happened earlier, when we played against Gambia here at home, that is the game that puts us where we at right now. If we had won here at home and win there, we'd be sitting pretty and still having a chance to qualify. But we've left things to other people to do the job for us. So your fate is not, or our fate is not in our hands, it's in other people's hands. So you can't depend on that.
Yeah, but their next game is against, is it Mauritania?
Mauritania.
But even if it's another convincing win, does that not at least change some form in the, at least in as far as the permutations are concerned?
I think what the important thing is to go and win first. Even if you win, it's not an automatic qualification. It will still depend if Tunisia loses. And I don't see Tunisia lose twice. No. They definitely on top of their game. And we have to qualify as the second best. You know, it's going to be difficult for us, you know. I think the important thing for Sheikhs and the boys is to go out there and win convincingly and show South Africans that, you know what, we still have what it takes, you know, and build on that for other games that are coming. But for now, no, man. You know, when they say you've got, it's better even if you have an outside chance, you know, and you still have to maybe play 3-4 games. And you're counting on the number of points that you win out of 4 games. We are left with 1 game to play. And how many points do we have? 4 points. And if we win our last game, we are on 7 points. Do you see Tunisia lose twice? No.
But what did the team itself and the coach, of course, do right in their previous game that they should replicate when they face Mauritania?
Well, you know, some of the games you ask yourself as to why didn't they play like this when they were here at home against Gambia? They were so tense, they rushed things, hence goals were not coming. We struggled. We didn't even look like scoring that day. Even the number of chances that we created, we missed them because we were so tense. You know, when we are tense and you're trying hard to score, it becomes extremely difficult for you to score, you know. Here, what they did well was that they were compact and they played an offensive style of football. You know, they were going forward. They were not scared to commit more players going forward. You know, when you're scared, you see when you play like other teams here at home, where they rely on one thing to absorb pressure and counter. You can't play like that. Football is about going forward. It's about scoring goals. And what they did was they just take responsibility, those players. Yeah. I mean, Keagan Dolly taking the shots from outside the box. Gabuza starting the ball. He dropped it deep into the middle of the park. He got the ball. He played that ball wide and he went inside, all the way inside the box, and he got the tap in, you know.
Yeah, but there are those who say that the fielding itself of Keagan Dolly made a difference to the Bafana Bafana squad. Do you subscribe to that? And can we expect Dolly to be now a regular feature in the Bafana Bafana setup?
You know, Keagan Dolly has always proved that is a Bafana Bafana player, and the coach, why did not pick Keagan Dolly then? It's because of the preparations for the under-23s. Yes, he made a difference. You know, he made them to play. You know, is a type of player that you can rely on in terms of, you know, when the chips are down, he's the type of player that can take responsibility and change things around, you know, and make you play, you understand? And yes, he did make a difference, and he has to feature, he has to be on top of his game, number one. It must not be an automatic selection like all other players.
Yeah. Now, the Afcon qualifiers are of course seen as a preparation for the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. When you see where Bafana Bafana are now in 2016, come 2018, do you think it will be smooth sailing going to the World Cup?
It will depend. There's no smooth sailing here. You know, it's tough. I'm saying to you, they must win their last game against Mauritania, build on the two wins, and look forward to the qualification, you know, to qualify for the World Cup. You know, that is more important for us now. You know, there is nothing we can do with what has happened. You know, it's gone. Yeah, we're not qualifying. But let us pick up the pieces. Let us win convincingly. Let us add more players into the Bafana Bafana squad that can make a difference. I'm happy that the coach, you know, he's not prepared now to take the youngsters and put them there. You know, Keagan Dolly, and there are other players that in that under-23 team that he must bring on board. You know, building up to the World Cup in 2018.
And finally, Mike, now as the build-up to the 2018, seeing what we have seen so far with these qualifiers, what lessons do you think the team, the coach, the soccer fraternity should draw from this experience now?
Let me start with the coach. I think it's important that the coach must do his homework before he plays any team. Doesn't matter that you see the team play on TV, you know, but you've got to do a thorough research as to the, you know, understanding exactly their weaknesses and their strengths going to the game. You know, I was listening to the coach the other day. He did admit to the fact that, you know, they went to some of the games not knowing. You can't go out there blindfolded. You've got to know. Even if you play against Germany, you must know that there's Muller, there's so-and-so, and this is how they play. If they change play, this is how they play. How am I going to approach this game? What is it that I need to do for me to destabilize the Germans? You know, that's what you do as a coach. That's number one. Number two, the players. Players must take responsibility. It's about time that they must come to the party. They must stand up and be counted. You know, gone are the days where you think you'll hide behind other players. No. This is Bafana Bafana. You want to leave a legacy.
True.
You must stand up, go out there and prove that you belong in that team. You know, and yes, what they did away from home in Gambia, they must replicate that. They must do that week in and week out when they go out and play. It doesn't matter where they play. Whether they play it here at home or they play away, they must go and do it. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mike. That was Mike Mangena there, giving us his insights into the standing and the position of Bafana Bafana in 2016. And unfortunately, that's where we have to end this edition of Sports News. I will be back top of the hour with more news, but to take us there, all your weather details. Bye for now.